Good morning. This is Dwight Smith, Richmond, Virginia. And today is a day of celebration. It happens to be Easter Sunday, 2018, April 1st. And I look at me in my tie-dye shirt, kind of my pajamas or morning clothes, whatever. And I think, it reminds me of the story of my first real awareness of self-esteem of myself. And so when I think about these recordings and you're viewing it, which I so appreciate, it benefits me, and I'm trusting it benefits my desires of the world. Like Jesus, like all of us, I'm just a messenger, but have real good messages. So this morning I'm sitting in my tie-dye and thinking, well, will I record? It's like, yeah, I've got to say this, And then it's like, I'll go back to my story in a little bit, but it's just being myself all the time. And hopefully this is the message that you get for yourself and the one for our world, because it's all about loving ourselves. When we accept ourselves, when we trust ourselves, when we are nice to ourselves, when we affirm and acknowledge ourselves in positive ways, not better than anyone else, just I'm really a good person, And there are gooder persons than I, and there are less gooder persons than I, but we're all not to judge one another where we are in our stage of growth. So what this reminds me of is being myself is a very important story at age 10 in my life. And I just want to share it with you, and I'll keep this short. I'll do an Easter message after this one. But this is about self-esteem. So at age 10, I'm going to close my eyes and relive it because it's really so powerful to be there and bring there into here. Drop the T, there becomes here. How cool. So 10 years old, I'm riding home on a school bus, and, we all live in the same neighborhood. This is back in the, probably about 48, maybe 50, somewhere in there. But for us, a long time ago. And it seems like yesterday, as I recall it. So we're coming home on the bus, and some of the guys start saying, oh, let's go over to Riley's house and play baseball. Oh, yeah, so let's do it. So in those days, we went home to change our clothes. We had school clothes, we had play clothes. So we went home and got changed. We all met at Riley's house. And we have two really good players, and they automatically become the captains by just acceptance. We just know it. So they decide who's going to choose the first player so they can have the third best on their team. So they go through this thing of handling the bat, and the one guy wins and he picks, and then the next guy picks, and they go back and forth until I think there may be 7 of us, 8 of us, just a few of us. But still, play baseball. It's a team sport. So they got to the last me, the last one to be chosen. And the captain who is to get me said, I don't want Dwight. I'll give you any other member of my team. He really didn't want me. And so the other member says, I don't want him either. And so I felt a pang of unacceptance and not like and rejected, just, wow. I want to play baseball. Nobody wants to play with me or let me play with them. So I decided, well, it's my baseball, so I'm going to get the ball and go home. If I can't play, they can't play either. Or maybe they'll decide to let me play. I don't know. But, I knew what I was going to do is stop the game, stop them from having fun. It's the way we work. So I take the ball. Well, I almost take the ball. The guy holding it throws it to another player. So I like running, I like playing, so I just ran over to the other guy, my hands out, expecting him to give me the ball, and he threw it to another. And that went around until they could see I was getting frustrated. So the one guy held it out and said, okay, Dwight, I'll really give it to you. We're friends, we're buddies. I'll really give it to you. So I walk over to him and he throws it. I started crying. I was so crushed, so kind of dejected from rejection that I started crying. And then they started the chant. Sissy, sissy, pink pants, Dwight is a sissy. Sissy, sissy, pink pants, Dwight is a sissy. Over and over and over again. So I started walking home. I'm just bawling. I'm just sobbing and crying. And I'm walking up the hill to my house. And I'm still hearing this chant going on. I'm asking, why are they calling me Sissy? I don't know why they call me Sissy. Why do they call me Sissy? And then something within me, that's another story about my tuberculosis and early days of almost solitude in a sanatorium with nothing around me but other boys, no adult supervision. So I learned who I was, I believe. This is a story of that. So when I asked, why do they call me Sissy, what I heard was, their judgments. Well, you throw like a girl. You get out of the way if the ball is hit to you. You close your eyes when you swing the bat. So I said, I am a sissy, and I accepted it in their judgment. That's how they see me. But it's okay for me to be the way I am. I don't have to be the way they want me to be. I accepted it in that very moment of it's okay to be different. I didn't realize that until this now moment, but that's what I was acknowledging to myself. So in the years, my peers in school were, peers can be very cruel. I was effeminate. I did throw like the way I perceived girls to throw, girls that aren't athletic, because there are girls that are athletic and boy, they'll outshine many guys. But there are girls that threw like me, and there was more the girl way with the limp wrist and the movement. And it's just the way I was. It's the way I was made. So this is the important thing, to accept yourself the way you're made. You don't have to change for anybody. Be yourself, like yourself, don't like yourself. But if you don't like yourself, find out, why don't I like me? Can I change it? And then listen to that within, because it says, I love you just the way you are. Isn't this a great way to begin? I love you just the way I am. But I love you just the way you are. But what about when I love you just the way you are? When you were doing that, I was doing that with you. And I love you. And if you want to be happy, and if you want to have only good judgments about yourself, then make choices that allow you to do that. So all through school, I was called queer, $3 bill. I mean, some of the terms, a faggot was a term then, I'd be called that. Fairy, that was a favorite one. Oh, they love calling me fairy, and now I am one. At fairy dust, I sprinkle it. So I just share the light and the love with fairy dust like Tinkerbell, and taking us back to Peter Pan and the kids having to think happy thoughts. The fairy dust didn't allow them to fly. They also had to have happy thoughts. So that's a good thing for a fairy, and that's a good thing for me. I'm always giving happy thoughts to myself and to you and to all of my life. And so I hope this story is meaningful to you. And if it is, you want to contact me, it's ChapelInTheSky@AOL.com. That's ChapelInTheSky@AOL.com. And thank you for allowing me to share this time with you. Now I've got a message for Easter, so I'm going to do that. So many blessings. Thanks for the sharing. I love you. Have a great day, a great week, a great year, and a great life. God bless you.